What if I told you that the very qualities that make an Olympian a champion could also be their greatest vulnerability? We're talking about a hidden crisis affecting up to 35% of elite athletes, and it's time we talked about the real price of excellence. We see them as titans, physically perfect, mentally unbreakable, conquering challenges on the world stage. But what if I told you that behind the medals, the records, and the roar of the crowd, there's a hidden crisis, a silent battle affecting up to 35% of elite athletes, far higher than the general population? Here at the Urban Herald, we believe it's time to peel back the curtain and talk about the real price of excellence. For too long, the narrative around high-performance athletes has been solely about physical prowess and unwavering mental fortitude. We've celebrated their triumphs without fully acknowledging the immense psychological toll. But as Paris 2024 sets new benchmarks for athlete well-being, shining a much-needed spotlight on psychological safety, the conversation is finally changing. We're talking about Olympians, professional athletes, national team members, individuals driven by extraordinary dedication, talent, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. Sounds admirable, right? But ironically, these very traits, perfectionism, intense competitive drive, singular focus, can also be their greatest vulnerability. Let's break down the unique pressures. First, the sheer physical exhaustion from grueling training schedules. We're talking 6 to 8 hours a day, often leaving zero time for anything else. This creates a perfect storm of physical fatigue and mental exhaustion, with burnout rates hitting 15% among elite athletes. Think about it, a relentless cycle of training, competing, recovering, and then repeat. Where's the space to just be? Then there's the crushing weight of expectation. Coaches, sponsors, media, fans, everyone demanding perfection. This creates an environment where an athlete's entire self-worth becomes inextricably linked to their performance. When sport is your only identity, poor results or injuries can trigger devastating consequences. Simone Biles' brave honesty about the twisties is a powerful example of this fusion. And in our hyper-connected world, public scrutiny is amplified by social media. Athletes are constantly on display, unable to show vulnerability without facing backlash. It's a digital fishbowl, contributing to chronic anxiety and making it even harder to seek help. Thankfully, Paris 2024 is fighting back with AI-powered cyber abuse protection, a crucial step towards digital resilience. So, what are these hidden struggles? Anxiety and depression are rampant, affecting over a third of current elite athletes, double the rate in the general population. Performance anxiety, the fear of failure, can be crippling, leading to physical symptoms and psychological trauma. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian ever, openly discussed contemplating suicide after major competitions due to emptiness and loss of purpose. His story, like many others, shatters the myth of the invulnerable athlete. Then there's the insidious pressure around body image and weight, especially in aesthetic or weight category sports. Eating disorders affect nearly 23% of current elite athletes, with some disciplines seeing rates over 40%. Female athletes are disproportionately affected. This intense scrutiny on body composition creates incredibly unhealthy relationships with food. And finally, burnout. This isn't just being tired, it's a multi-dimensional syndrome of emotional and physical exhaustion, reduced accomplishment, and a complete devaluation of their sport. It's when excellence becomes exhaustion. So how do we spot these struggles early? It's about looking beyond the surface. Behavioral changes, like withdrawing from teammates, sudden drops in performance, or unusual irritability, are red flags. Emotionally, look for persistent sadness, extreme mood swings, or a loss of enjoyment in their sport. Physically, unexplained fatigue, frequent injuries, or changes in appetite. Cognitively, difficulty concentrating, negative self-talk, or obsessive thoughts. Coaches and support staff are on the front lines here. Their ongoing education is vital, and it's not one size fits all. Individual sports often see higher depression rates than team sports. Aesthetic sports like gymnastics or figure skating face elevated risks for eating disorders. Endurance athletes grapple with overtraining and identity issues, while combat sports have unique pressures around weight management. Understanding these sport-specific vulnerabilities is key to targeted prevention and support. The good news: solutions are emerging, backed by evidence. First, access to qualified mental health professionals who truly understand the unique pressures of elite sport. Sports psychologists, clinical psychologists, psychiatrists, they offer everything from performance enhancement to clinical treatment. Cognitive behavioral therapy, adapted for athletes, is showing incredible results in addressing anxiety, depression, and perfectionism. The move is towards integrated care, combining mental skills, training with psychological support for superior outcomes. Then there's the power of mindfulness and meditation. Paris 2024 even offered VR mindfulness experiences with a 92% satisfaction rate. These interventions significantly improve psychological flexibility, reduce anxiety, and build resilience against competitive stresses. Imagine having tools to manage stress and maintain psychological balance daily, right there in your training routine. Ultimately, effective mental health support requires a comprehensive ecosystem: family, coaches, teammates, sports medicine, and organizational leadership. Social support is a crucial protective factor, and organizations like the IOC, with their Mental Health Action Plan, are making mental health a core component of athletic excellence, not just an add-on. But change truly happens when the voices of those affected are heard. Pioneers like Simone Biles have fundamentally redefined strength and vulnerability. Her withdrawal from events at Tokyo 2020 to prioritize her mental well-being was an act of unprecedented courage. It wasn't quitting, it was self-advocacy. She showed the world that protecting your mind is just as vital as protecting your body. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian in history, bravely shared his battles with depression and suicidal thoughts. His candidness has helped countless athletes realize they're not alone, showing that mental health management is an ongoing process for even the most successful. And Naomi Osaka's withdrawal from the French Open to address her mental health was another watershed moment. She challenged the media obligations and the expectation to perform at all costs, advocating for journaling, therapy, and self-reflection. These athletes aren't just winning medals, they're breaking down stigma and normalizing help-seeking behaviors on a global scale. This athlete advocacy has spurred a paradigm shift at the highest levels. The International Olympic Committee's Mental Health Action Plan is a game changer, establishing mental health as a core component of excellence. Paris 2024 is delivering the most extensive package of mental health and safeguarding initiatives in Olympic history, including dedicated mind zones and AI-powered cyber protection. National governing bodies worldwide are following suit, embedding mental health procedures and clear pathways to support. Even professional leagues are making mental health education mandatory, ensuring it's embedded, not optional. But true systemic change means challenging deeply ingrained cultural beliefs. The idea that psychological vulnerability equates to weakness has been harmful. Mental toughness isn't about ignoring distress. It's about the wisdom to seek help. Creating psychologically safe environments is paramount. Spaces where athletes can be vulnerable without fear of judgment or career consequences. This requires intentional effort from everyone: coaches, administrators, teammates. It's about prioritizing well-being alongside performance. The future is bright, driven by technology and prevention. Imagine wearable sensors monitoring stress in real time, AI-powered apps delivering personalized support, or VR mindfulness experiences enhancing recovery. These innovations aren't replacing human connection, but making mental health support more accessible and engaging than ever. And the shift is towards prevention. Early intervention programs, mental health screening integrated into routine assessments, and education for young athletes, coaches, and families, teaching coping skills and help-seeking behaviors from the earliest stages. Investing in prevention not only protects well-being, but sustains high-level performance and extends careers. The evidence is overwhelming. Supporting athlete mental health isn't just ethical, it's a performance enhancement strategy. The false dichotomy between competitive success and psychological well-being has been definitively disproven. These elements are mutually reinforcing. The courage of athletes like Simone Biles has opened doors that can never be closed, showing us that true strength includes the wisdom to seek help. The price of excellence doesn't have to be paid in psychological suffering. We can and must embrace a new definition of athletic greatness, one that honors both competitive achievement and the fundamental importance of mental well-being. This is one of the most significant opportunities in modern sport. The chance to create a culture where our most talented athletes can pursue their dreams while remaining psychologically healthy, emotionally resilient, and fully human. The pathways are established. The time for comprehensive action is now. What are your thoughts on the mental health of elite athletes? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. For the full, in-depth article and more engaging intellect content, visit theurbanherald.com. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking discussions, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from the Urban Herald. Let's keep this crucial conversation going.